What do journalists do when something important happens in the world? They document it. They capture the who, what, when, where, why, and how, and they do so with accuracy, clarity, and responsibility. That's what a news report is, the first factual account of an event that has occurred. Learning how to write a news report not only sharpens your language skills, it also teaches you how to engage critically with information, how to remain objective, and how to structure a piece of writing that informs rather than influences. Let's begin by defining what a news report is. It is a non-fiction informative piece of writing found in newspapers, news websites, or on broadcast media. Its core purpose is to inform the public about recent events or issues. Importantly, news reports avoid personal opinion, emotional expression, or bias. The tone is formal, the voice is objective, and the information is verifiable. A well-written report is clear, concise, and trustworthy. It becomes part of the public record of what happened. Now, not everything that is published online or shared widely qualifies as a news report. A blog post about how someone feels about a political event, a fictional short story involving a reporter, or a social media post about witnessing a crime may all deal with real-life topics, but they are not news reports. They might express opinion, lack structure, or fail to verify facts. In contrast, a proper news article presents an event factually, places it in context, and backs it up with sources, usually including direct or indirect quotes. One of the first things readers notice in a news report is the headline. Headlines have their own rules and style. They are intentionally brief, direct, and often grammatically unconventional. To save space and capture attention, headlines may omit articles like a or the, use simplified tenses or stack nouns in a way that seems cryptic to new readers. For example, a headline like "Police Hunt Murder Suspect" communicates an entire action in just 4 words. The verb hunt is used in present tense to describe an ongoing action, and the article "the" is dropped. Headlines also use ambiguity and wordplay. For instance, "Aid cuts row" could refer to a dispute over aid budget cuts, but without context, multiple interpretations are possible. As a writer, you need to choose a headline that is concise, clear, and appropriate to your audience. Once your headline is set, the next step is writing the lead paragraph, arguably the most important part of any report. The lead must answer the 5 W questions: who, what, when, where, and why. Sometimes how is also included if it's central to the story. These elements should appear within the first sentence or two. For example, consider this lead. A 17-year-old student from Buenos Aires disrupted national television Tuesday night after discovering a software vulnerability in the broadcasting system. This sentence tells us everything essential: the person involved, what happened, when, where, and why. The lead should be followed by the body of the report, which expands on the event in a structured way. This is where you provide more details, include quotes from witnesses or authorities, describe the impact of the event, and offer background or related developments. Use short paragraphs, often just 1 or 2 sentences, and group similar information logically. For example, one paragraph might cover the sequence of events, another the response by officials, and another the public reaction. Stick to facts and avoid inserting your personal views. Quotes are an important part of the body. Use direct quotes to show exactly what someone said, word for word. For example, "I knew something was wrong," said Maria Torres, a student who discovered the breach. Indirect quotes, on the other hand, paraphrase the person's words while keeping the meaning. Maria said she noticed unusual activity on the login page. Always attribute opinions to the people who express them, never to yourself or the report. This protects the neutrality of the piece and makes it clear that subjective statements come from sources, not the journalist. The structure of a news report is often compared to an inverted pyramid. This means the most important information comes first, and the less critical background or additional details follow. This format allows editors to cut a story for length from the bottom up, without losing essential facts. The conclusion of the report can offer a final quote, explain what might happen next, or link the event to broader trends. But avoid personal reflection or dramatic closing lines. This isn't a movie script, it's journalism. Now let's talk about style and tone. News reports should always be written in the third person. Avoid using I, we, or you. Keep the language formal and factual. Don't use slang, sarcasm, or sensational language. Instead of writing, "You won't believe what just happened in AI research." Say scientists announced a new AI model capable of real-time learning and adaptation. Avoid hyperbole and stick to verifiable claims. One common challenge for students is choosing between active and passive voice. Active voice is often preferred in news writing because it's direct and assigns clear responsibility. For example, the journalist exposed the corruption is stronger and more precise than the corruption was exposed. However, passive voice is useful when the actor is unknown or irrelevant. The documents were leaked online. Use both as appropriate but lean toward active when clarity and impact are priorities. Another key element in news writing is vocabulary. Developing a working knowledge of media terms will help you describe events more effectively. Words like leak, bias, credibility, algorithm, or broadcast all have specific meanings in journalistic contexts. Practice using them accurately. For instance, don't just say people are angry. Say the decision sparked public backlash, raising concerns about transparency and trust. As part of your learning, you may also explore the difference between tabloid and broadsheet reporting. Tabloids often use exaggerated emotional language to entertain. Think headlines like "Aliens Hijack TV Signal." Broadsheets take a more analytical, factual approach. Satellite signal disrupted during national conference. As an IBDP student, aim for the broadsheet style, precise, balanced, and informative. To wrap up, let's review the key steps to writing your own news report. Start with a concise, informative headline. Write a lead paragraph that answers the 5 W's. Follow up with 2 or more body paragraphs that expand on the event, include quotes, and provide context. Add a background paragraph if needed. Conclude with next steps or summary. Throughout, maintain a formal, objective tone, use correct grammar, and structure your writing clearly. Before submitting or publishing, check your work. Are all 5 W's covered? Are the quotes accurate and attributed? Is the tone neutral? Does the report follow the inverted pyramid structure? Peer feedback can also be valuable. Ask someone to review your report using a checklist. Writing a news report means taking responsibility for the truth. It's about seeing clearly, thinking critically, and writing with purpose. As you develop this skill, remember that your words have weight. And in journalism, accuracy and clarity are everything.